So I don't know why, but today I've been thinking a lot about like my high school days, and actually this was primary school, where I was just a completely different person to what I am now. So a story that came to mind initially was I used to play Clash of Clans back then. Don't even game anymore, but that's a separate topic. But I used to play Clash of Clans back then, and I remember I had this crush on this girl in my class. Her name was Bailey. But like a nickname was Bella. So anyway, I went to the Clash of Clans, changed my name to I Love Bella. Bro, I was like 11 or something, give me a break. But so I remember now she also played Clash of Clans. I didn't know that she did at the time though. But anyway, she joined our clan. Next thing she says, ooh, I love Bella. Who the hell is that? So then she found out it was me and all that, fair enough, whatever. But I was like, oh no, it wasn't me who said my name like that. It was one of my friends. He knew I liked you and all of that. But awkward moments. And that's the sort of moments that you can probably relate to from like your simping days. I remember there was this other girl. Primary school was a rough time actually, but like wholesome way in hindsight. I didn't have like any scars from those days, fortunately. But there was this other girl I liked, and I made like acronyms of her name with my name, so like just like combined them into my usernames on Instagram and all that. I had Instagram when I was like 12, which you also shouldn't do, but nonetheless I did. And I used to have like code names when I was speaking to my friends about them, and these sort of things that you hopefully know today is like, of course it's wholesome in hindsight, but if you're a young man watching this, then you know it's not the way to go. And if it's not, I'm going to talk to you quite soon on why it's not. Yeah, man, I'm just thinking. I used to ask out like a different girl in my high school. I'm sorry, primary school. This was so ages 11 and 12. Used to ask her like a different girl every month. But the funnier part was it wasn't me myself asking them out. I was asking like one of my friends to ask them out, or giving them a letter, which kind of is me asking them out, but like, it's like the dry, simp, sort of scared way of doing it. And I always just look at those days and almost have gratitude for how far I've come and how things changed without me realizing I'll make this much progress, if that makes sense. But now for you who might be in that similar situation that I was in before today, I want to give you some like advice, like older brother advice for how you can like get out of it. So I do encourage you to just, this is stereotypical, but please listen to me. Get your own things to focus on. So if you're in school at the moment, as you probably are, focus on academics. Academics doesn't appeal to you, focus on sports. Focus on coding. Focus on a hobby. Preferably not gaming. I'll get into gaming in a bit, but focus on something. Naturally, what that's going to do to you is you're going to be paying less attention to them and do like less of the simping behavior that, frankly, I mean, you know this by now, or if you don't, I'm going to tell you, the simping thing isn't very attractive. I think it's also a thing of when we are younger in our like pre-teen years, we naturally go through a simping phase. There are some guys who are like these guys who like just easily get girls and all of that, but I think the majority of us are very just simpy. I think that's fine. It's part of us growing up, and it leads you on to like a different way of thinking later in life. So if you're on that stage now, don't panic too much either, and I really do mean that. Of course, it's frustrating to be like the guy who isn't getting girls and all of that right now, but frankly, it's not that big a deal. I ended up with very good life experiences as a result of that, to be quite honest. But more importantly, it set me down a path of learning that I would have gone on before. I know at your age you like wouldn't quite relate to what I'm talking about yet, so I'm going to try to make this a bit more relatable to you. But just take my word for it as someone who you heard by my stories did these weird things, and it came out perfectly okay. If anything, it came out much better than I could have ever hoped. I went through a phase where I was without tooting my own horn. This would have been about ages 17 to about 2021, where I was getting girls with these, like just going up to random girls, approaching them, like, or getting their numbers and then going out with them a few days later. And this became very easy after like I've learned a few things. A lot of these videos I'll also be making for you so you can learn my exact experiences and hopefully replicate my success. But where I am now, I'll be dating this woman who's, frankly, I know you're not thinking this far yet, but she's the kind of woman I would marry. And you probably, some of you at least, are probably looking for that kind of woman now already. So what I'm trying to get to is it does turn out very well. Just follow my advice and frankly also some other YouTubers' advice in the sense that you might relate to someone else more, and I won't be offended if you go to their videos and watch theirs more. You need to relate to whoever works for you best. I accept that. But if you relate to my story and all that, stay tuned. I'm going to be making a few videos in the coming weeks, months, maybe even years, on just reflecting on what things were like back then. I often have these thoughts buried because it was many years ago. I'm 22 now, so it's 10 years ago, over half a lifetime, about half of my life ago. So I kind of forget that things were that way. But for whatever reason, lately these sort of moments have been coming to mind, and I thought I can share them with you on my YouTube channel to just plain help you out. Also, I have Discord servers below, so you can message me and talk to me about these things. Alternatively, comment down below. Frankly, that helps my video. So, if anything, I prefer that option, but I do have the Discord option available as well. But with that said, bro, I'll see you in the next one. It's becoming a better man.